Hi, welcome to yet another KalpaTharu's YouTube video. In this video, we are going to discuss a couple of questions from project scope management. So the options and how you can select the right option and why that should be the right option. So let us directly go into the first question. As you see on your screen, you are mentoring a junior project manager on his overall responsibilities to stakeholders. He asks about educating stakeholders. What is a true statement about educating a stakeholder? So the question is self-explanatory. Let us look into the options. There are 4 options, and one of this is going to be the true statement about educating the stakeholder. Option A states he should, that is the project manager should leave educating the stakeholders to the project sponsor and business area management. B says he should educate stakeholders about project management processes. C states he should educate stakeholders primarily on issues that affect the active project. Option 4, that is D, states educating stakeholders is not a recognized responsibility of the project managers. So let us discuss each and every options given, and then we will see which can be the right answer and why that should be the right answer. He should leave education of the stakeholders to the project sponsor and or business area management. This may be right, but at the same time to discuss, is the project sponsor or the business area management has the responsibility to educate the stakeholders? Then what is the role of the project manager, right? And option B states educating stakeholders is the project manager's responsibility. So it could be true, but why should the project manager educate the stakeholders regarding the project management processes? He has better work to do, right? So option C, he should educate stakeholders primarily on issues that affect the active project. This makes sense that the stakeholders can be educated only on the issues that is going to affect them and the project, right? It looks better, but let us park it aside. Option D, educating stakeholders is not a recognized responsibility of a project manager. Maybe project manager has better things to do. Educating the stakeholders on project management may not be his responsibility, right? So let us park this aside. You may agree to it or disagree to this statement, but let us discuss further. So option A says leave the education of the stakeholders to the project sponsor and the business area management. Is it true or is it false? See, the project sponsor and the business area management have their own focus area, like funding the project and taking care of their own area or protecting the project from any major hurdles. So that is their primary role. The project manager has the role to manage the stakeholders. So A is a false statement regarding the project sponsor, the business area management to educate the stakeholders on project management. B, he should educate stakeholders about project management processes. It looks like it can be true because when the stakeholders are being educated on the project management processes, which means not the each and every step in the project management, but overall flow of the project and how that is going to impact the project in a positive or a negative way, how the stakeholders can support the project manager in these areas. If he is going to educate, the stakeholders have a better knowledge or understanding about the project management processes, and they can extend their support in the smooth operation to the project manager, right? It looks better, but let us keep it aside and look at the other options. He should educate stakeholders primarily on issues that affect the active project. Earlier I said it looks better, but when you deep dive into this option, if the stakeholders, if you are going to educate the stakeholders only on the primary issues, there can be branching issues which can impact the stakeholder or the project, and the stakeholders may not be aware of that or may not be collaborative towards those other areas. So only on the issues may not be the right option. So C may not be the right option as well. So let us strike it off. As I said, A, right? A is not the right option, and C, B we have parked aside. C also doesn't look like a right option, because educating only on those areas may not be helpful in a holistic way. D, educating stakeholders is not recognized responsibility of the project manager. It may not be a documented responsibility, but if the project manager is not going to educate the stakeholders may not understand the nuances of project management and the actions which has been taken in the project, and hence they may not be collaborative, right? So D also we can eliminate. So what is the option left? B. He should educate stakeholders about project management processes. This would be the most appropriate answer. Again, to give the justification, if the project manager is going to educate the stakeholders on the nuances of project management and the overall view of the project management, then the stakeholders can understand why something is done, why not something is not done, and they can provide a better support. They may collaborate with the project managers for the success of the project. I hope you understood about B should be the right statement about educating the stakeholders about the project management. Clear? So let us move into the next question. So if you see the statement, which of the following statement best describes why stakeholders are necessary on a project? So the importance of having a project manager. The importance of having a stakeholder in a project. Option A states, they determine the project schedule, deliverables and requirements. They help provide B option. They help provide assumptions, the WBS and the management plan. C, they supply the resources and the resource constraints on the project. D, they help to determine the project constraints and product deliverables. See, if you look at all four looks right option, that the stakeholders are necessary for the project for these options, right? But when we are going to answer the question, you have to see which is the closest answer. See, sometimes all four may look correct, or sometimes you will be able to freeze with two. Among that, you need to see which is the closest answer. Now, if you see here, I would go directly to the option. Option D is the right answer, where the stakeholders help to determine the project constraints and product deliverables. See this, all the three can be included in option D. If you see, they determine the project schedule, deliverables and requirements. They may determine or they may facilitate in determining these. Okay. Again, the project schedule, deliverables, requirements, all these three can be grouped under these two: product deliverables and the project constraints, right? Let us look into B. They help provide assumptions, WBS and the project management plan or the management plan. Again, those can also be included in the B, where the deliverables or the project constraints or they support in this, right? So B also can be part of D. C, they supply the resources and resource constraints on the project. They may not supply, but resource constraints can be provided. But this again is part of the project constraints. So C, A, B, C, all these three options can be included in D. If you see, D is a holistic answer for this question as best description why stakeholders are necessary on a project. Again, to summarize, when you're going to answer question, you can get the best method is looking at the closest option. That is one. Second, you can also go with the elimination method, right? You can look into each of the options and keep eliminating and then freeze the final option. In this question, we saw the closest answer. Selecting the closest answer is the best option. I hope these two questions would have helped you to understand how to look at the question and how to look at the option and how to pick the option. We will come out with more videos to discuss on questions to help you to understand how to look at the question, how to look at the option, and then select the best option. Got it? So thank you very much for watching this video. If this has helped you, do like our video and subscribe for our channel for more knowledge sharing videos. Thank you.